The Supreme Court has rejected a challenge to an abortion pill, essentially preserving access to the medication used in nearly 2/3 of all abortions in the U.S. last year. The justices ruled that abortion opponents lack the legal right to sue over the FDA's approval of mifepristone. It is the court's first abortion decision since Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022. The case had threatened to restrict access to that drug, including in states where abortion remains legal. We will, of course, have more on this and the Supreme Court decisions out today coming up in our next half hour. Well, also on Capitol Hill, Donald Trump is meeting with Republican lawmakers in Washington today to get the party on the same page before the November election. As Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor reports, it's the first time the former president will sit down with some congressional leaders since January 6th.
Donald Trump making a discreet return to Capitol Hill Thursday, meeting with GOP lawmakers behind closed doors to talk policy plans and get the party united before he's potentially back in the Oval Office.
We have to be adequately prepared to begin an aggressive first 100 days agenda of the new Congress in January and the new administration.
He's probably the next president, so what he says matters.
But Democrats, of course, are saying hold your horses, with the Biden-Harris campaign launching a new television ad in battleground states to remind voters of the chaos that broke out at the Capitol after Trump lost the 2020 election.
Donald Trump's ready to burn it all down.
Thursday will be the first time the former president sits down with some GOP leaders who criticized him after the January 6th attack, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, who has since come back into the fold.
I've said earlier this year, I support him. He's been earned the nomination by the voters all across the country.
While in Washington, Trump is also speaking at a business roundtable with about 90 CEOs, where he's expected to lay out his plans to cut inflation. President Biden's chief of staff speaking at the same meeting to tout the administration's economic accomplishments. These are some of the first big meetings for Donald Trump since being convicted in his New York hush money case. But a new Monmouth poll shows that verdict has had little impact on voters. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.